Good evening, Tommy, Gary, Amjad. I think I've got everybody. But yeah, it wasn't scheduled to start till 10 o'clock. But Cam's gone storming upstairs. And Chris says, I'll put my headphones on. He says, if you want to go live. So yeah, so here I am. So. Hi Gary, hi Stuart. So yeah, yes. But got headphones on. So
come on, get hold of Paul.
Yeah, you might hear some swearing. So I do apologise in advance.
Shite. Oh, fuck off, Stuart.
But good evening again, Tommy.
Right, turn that chat off. There we go.
Yeah, he says there's still time to grab a draw. Anyway, good news. I had a phone call from the doctor this morning. The blood test that they did other day was all normal. So there you go. That were good news. And she gave me some more antibiotics because she asked me how I'm going on with them, and I says fine. I'll just put the link in when I remember. But oh, pardon me. Yeah. The blood test that I did the other day, that was to check fluid or something, and if you were having any strain on the heart or whatever, but everything come back normal. Well, in a roundabout way, Tommy, yes. Because she seen my leg is full of fluid. Well, both my legs is full of fluid actually, but it was just basically to check, see if there was excess fluid and if it were having a strain on my heart or something, but everything's come back normal. So, that's another weight off off my mind. So, but yeah, she's given me some more antibiotics. Because she obviously asked me how I will go in on with them, and I says, yeah, fine. I have noticed a slight improvement. So she says, well, I'll do another script for some more. So I've got some more antibiotics so I can carry on and hopefully, yeah, everything's positive for Tommy. So, I mean, it's not nowhere near 100%, but it feels a lot, to me, it feels a lot better than it did. So, yeah, it's not, it's not cleared up by any means, but it's better than it has been. So yeah.
What then?
Hang on, it's up. So he had to go in shed for that, and when Chris were pouring it up, he found a dead wasp in it. So the wasp nest should be somewhere close by. Because when he were pouring it up, he put his gloves on just in case. Because yeah. So just got to get it right now, but anyway, as I say, he went. It went in shed. Goes in to get it out. Put his his gloves on. He does his gardening with, and he says when they were putting it up, he says there were a dead wasp in it. So I don't know whether there's some way. I mean, obviously. Hiya, Sean, how you doing? Yeah, it's me, Tommy. but yeah. So it says tomorrow you might go and have a look, see if we can find if it's still it's going to still be there, but dormant, if you know what I mean. So he's going to go and have another look tomorrow, see if we can find exactly where it is. But yeah, there were a dead wasp. Obviously got lost on its way back to nest or something. I don't know. Just one dead in tree. So, but hey ho. Hi, Manolo.
What you doing?
Well, you see, what I do is with this restream, Sean, there's your camera, your microphone, share to screen. Anyway, at the bottom, there's 3 dots. Let me just. Sorry about this. I know you're gonna see me. So yeah, that's your microphone. That's your camera. I think that's your share to screen. And these 3 dots here. And it says video, and that's all I do, and I just press bedtime stories, and then I just click on that and it says remove, and it goes back to normal. So I don't know whether that helps you in any way, Sean, but it's all right. I'm just explaining to Sean how I do it on my, and I'm using Restream. I've got a ring light on my camera, and it's there we go. Yeah, it could be, Sean. You see, you can only put a thumbnail on when you're setting the live stream up. So the thumbnail is not animated or got any, the the intros are sort of animated and got music to them. Now, a thumbnail is just, it's not animated. It's just your way of telling people,
You live, are you?
Yeah. Anyway, so if you want as well, Sean, I can make you a thumbnail.
I had a shot, yeah, I'll be sorry.
I help in any way I can, Sean, Stuart. You know, Sean's new to the live streaming, the intros, the outro. I mean, at one point, I was in Sean's position. So, you know, it to me, you know, if I can help somebody, yeah, it might be, you know, only simple, but to me, it's helping somebody out. But you know, call it what you want. You know, I'd like to think that if I was in, oh yeah, well, the best way to explain it to somebody, Stuart, is to actually show them. You know what I mean? The best way to explain to somebody is to show them. But this is the thing. I mean, when I first started out, I hadn't got a clue. I hadn't got a clue about laptops, cameras, you name it. I hadn't got a clue, and it's only what I've learned from other people. But yeah, it's only from what I've learned from other people. Plus, as I've gone along, I mean, I'll admit I'm a technophobe. You know, but yeah, you know. So yeah. But anyway, I mean, they were on a running streak, but it looks like it's come to an end. And thank you not to make any more comments like that, Stuart. You know, I mean, I'm not a football supporter myself, but it's, yeah. But anyway. So did you want me to do a thumbnail for you, Sean? You see, what I do is when I do my thumbnails, and that is actually when I'm setting the live stream up. Yeah, that's why I said, you know, you know, other people's reading them comments, Stuart. Anyway, that's just my opinion. I had originally scheduled it for 10 o'clock. I know, Stuart. But anyway, I spoke to him this afternoon and I told him I'd scheduled it for 10 o'clock. So he's probably not realised I've gone early, but I have messaged him to say that I've gone early. It took me about 5 minutes, Sean, to do a thumbnail. You know, it's the intros that are a bit more tricky, if you know what I mean. You know, it'll take me about 5 minutes to do a thumbnail. Basically, do you want it saying same thing? you know, but in a thumbnail. Because see, there's a difference. When you do the intros, it's an MP4, if that makes any sense. But with a thumbnail, it's a JPEG. I mean, look at me coming out with it, you know, verbal diarrhea, you know. I mean, I want to know my arse from my ear all before, but it's like you learn as you're going along. But anybody will tell you, Sean, you know, I've been where you are, if you know what I mean. And I've appreciated the help that I've got along the way. You know what I mean? But anyway, we see it on Canva. On Canva, it's a JPEG. It's easier for you to share it. Well, with the intros, they done MP4s. Because you know, you add in music, and you sometimes you can animate them and blah de blah de blah. So yeah, you know, and you know, 8 years ago, same as I say, I didn't know my ear roll from my arsehole. So yeah, and it's what you pick up along the way, and you appreciate the help that people give you along the way, and it's just my way of giving back to people. Bless him. But you know, he's dedicated to what he does, Tommy. That's the thing. Going out in all weathers and everything. So, you know, I've got to tip my hat to him. You know, he's very dedicated. Slipper. So yeah, it's it is, and it's like anything else. You know, you appreciate people's help while you're on that learning curve. I mean, when I first started, it were Google Hangouts, right? And I just got that down to a T, right? And then finished Google Hangouts. So I thought, what am I going to do now? And then I went on StreamYard. You know, I thought, oh God, I'll never get hang of this. But it's only like people talking me through it and whatever. And you know, and then, you know, whatever it is, bending spoons come along and derailed it. Pardon the pun. You know, that's it, Sean. But you know, I mean, only a few years back, I was going live every night, and I just couldn't keep up with it, if you know what I mean. And that's why I only do like so many a week. You know, I started doing out just the baking, and then it crept up to the baking in one live, and then it, you know. So, but yeah, you know, and I appreciate everybody around me for guiding me and, you know, helping me along the way. And if I can repay that by helping somebody else, then you know what I mean. And I mean, it's like with the baking. Singer started baking now, and I say this to everybody: if I can inspire just one person, then I'm doing something right.
Sorry.
I will send. I'll do a thumbnail for you, Sean, and I will send it over through email. I mean, obviously not now, but yeah, a bit later on, I'll get it done for you. So, I mean, I could actually, the intro that I did for you that you said you especially liked, I could turn that into a JPEG, if that helps, if you know what I mean. I mean, I can download it again, but as a JPEG and not an MP4. I mean, if that's easier for you. So, well, it says Richard were active about an hour ago, so I wonder if... I said, the intro that you said you liked, the second one, I could turn it into a JPEG for you. All I've got to do is download it, but download it as a JPEG and not an MP4, if that's... Ooh, did he get up to 12? Whoa. But yeah, I mean, if you especially like that intro, I could turn it into a JPEG if you wanted. I mean, if that's easier for you. You see, we turn it chat off. I always go over, I leave a like, and then sort of after it's finished, I know we've got 80 something K. Sounds like there's some fireworks going off somewhere. Not really. It's one of these with weather. You have to play it by ear. You know what I mean? You have to, you have to go with the flow with the weather, if you know what I mean. 89K views. I'll send that over to you as soon as I've done it, Sean. 89K views, and yeah, he's on up to 12K. So there you go. But yeah, I did. I mean, looking back to about August, Stuart had only got 200. Oh, did you hear that? Yeah, I think it's sounds like fireworks to me.
Good evening.
Good evening. Started early.
Yeah, I've just seen your message.
So yeah, because it's all right. I just says to Tommy, I said, "Can you hear fireworks going off?" He says, "It sounds like gunfire as the revolution started."
Hello, Tommy. Hello, Stuart. Hello, Sean. Hello, Gary. Who else have we got in here? Amjad, maybe?
Yes.
Hello, my favourite YouTube nephew. How are we doing?
So we're just on about you've hit your 12K today. Congratulations.
Oh yeah, I'm past it now. I'm be on my way to 13 by the end of tomorrow. I'm at about 12,090, I think.
Stuart says when he started watching, he says he thinks she had about 5,000.
Yeah.
I said, well, in August he'd only got 200.
And we had 200. Last week of July, I had 200 subs. That was it. 200 subscribers.
Yeah. It's amazing how it's romped along, you know what I mean?
Well, I said, this week I've got 1,000 in 5 days. Because I only got 11k last Saturday.
Okay, now what is he doing? Fucking wine.
So, freaking hell is that cat doing already? He was scratching at something. Yeah, so, oh yeah, I'll be aiming for 13 by this time next week. Friday, Saturday.
If not before.
I don't think before. It's pushing it, you know what I mean? I'll end up having a burnout. You know what I mean? It's like by the time you've travelled to and from there, you're talking like it's 7 hours every day. By the time you've travelled there and back, and you've sat there for 3.5, 4 hours, it's like 7 hours every day.
That's it.
And you take your travelling in as well, and then your fuel as well. On top of that, you're talking.
I was only saying to Tommy earlier on, I says, because he says something about, Richard's reached 12k, and I says to him, I says, you've got to give it to him. He's dedicated every day, more or less.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's got to have some effect somewhere.
Yeah.
I
want it to start paying. That's what I want, and you need to get about 50,000 before you can get it to start paying, covering your costs. Let's say anyway.
That's it.
No, don't cover your costs at 12,000. That's for sure.
It says, how many do you need before you get the YouTube pension and free bus pass?
Well, you got to get 100,000 before you even get a plaque off them now.
I know.
They used to give them away at 10,000. Them bloody plaques, and now you've got to have 100,000 before you can. I got a certificate sent to me, and that was it. 10,000.
What to do?
Yeah, just a certificate with like a red thing in the middle saying congratulations, 10,000 subs. That's it. And they keep
money you're making for them, you think they'd make an effort, wouldn't you?
Oh, nephew, how are we doing? Yeah, they keep asking me to join this partner program where you try gadgets and you get to keep them. And I thought, I don't want to be messing with that.
Richard's been asked if he wants to join a partner program, but he said no.
No, I don't want things.
He said we're sending gadgets and things like that.
They want you to advertise their stuff and talk about it.
Yeah.
This video is sponsored, this live stream or whatever is sponsored by whatever.
But the thing is as well, if you notice, when you're setting up your streams and you're doing details, you have to say whether or not it's paid promotion.
Yeah. But, and plus you have to mention the product that's, and I thought, I just can't be bothered getting into that,
That's it.
But I keep getting emails off them saying, do you want to join the partner program? But
the thing is, if they send you something that you don't like, you've still got to hype it up and tell them how good it is.
You can't come on and say it's a bag of crap, or else they won't send you out else.
That's it. You've got to hype it up for their benefit, and
it's like that promoting thing. If you promote a video, when it says promote, you promote it, and it says, right, for your promotion, it costs 150 quid. Oh, look at that. But you can drop it down and pay like just £10. So you drop it down, so you pay a tenner, and your video that normally gets 100 views will get about 4,000, and you'll get 100 subscribers for a tenner. What's the point in that? But then afterwards, they're badgering you for information about your organisation. I keep getting a message on top of my screen saying, please update your information about your organisation. I'm not a bloody organisation, I'm just one person. I thought, God, I wish I'd never bothered with that rubbish. You know what I mean? I just did it one night as an experiment. And worst 10 I've ever spent that. 10 quid to be hassled every day.
Your arse with it.
I've been paid a tenner to be hassled every day for details about what my organisation's called. What bloody organisation? Do you know your advertising account has been suspended? Hello, Nat.
Hello, darlings.
How's it going?
Yes, all right.
This is the thing, Richard, and I hate to say this, but the more successful you are, the more the badger you.
Yeah, every time I go on my YouTube studio, I get a message across top. Your advertising account is paused. Please fill in these details. And the questions goes on forever, and I'm thinking, what's all this crap? So I just dismiss it every time, and hopefully they'll stop bugging me.
Yeah.
You know.
This is that's what I'm saying. That because you're getting successful in your channel, it's like never ending. They could not leave you alone.
What are you supping on, Richard, tonight?
Oh, I'm only on coffee tonight. I thought I'd have a cup of coffee.
It looks like cappuccino or something.
It's Nescafe Dolce Gusto decaffeinated flat white.
Do you use one of those machine things?
Yeah.
Yes.
You put pods in them.
That's what that is. Flat
Like
white.
a latte. It looks like a latte.
Hi, Bria. They did the same with us, Richard. Absolute nightmare. They said my Google account would be closed. Just take the notice on it and do what Richard does, Sean, and dismiss it.
I don't mind. I mean, but for a start, it's not worth paying a tenner. You know, you get 2 weeks where you pay a tenner and you get your video put on YouTube's front page for a couple of weeks, so you get like 4,000 views, and then you're badgered forever. And I thought, God, what the hell have I done that for?
Same as Stuart's just said. You'll never see any profits. It's them. It's going to them lot.
Yeah.
You know, people have this thing that you earn loads of money on YouTube. Well, you've got to have about 50,000 subscribers before you earn reasonable money.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
I mean, I've just got paid, and it'll probably be another 6 months before I get paid again. And you only have to get to that £60 threshold for you to be paid.
How much do you get paid on YouTube?
It depends on how many views. The more views you've got, your more views are the one that gets your payment. So there's no doubt about it. Views.
And it's for us in UK, you have to reach a £60 threshold.
Yeah.
And then once you reach that threshold, they'll pay you.
Yeah.
And when I say they pay you, they tax you on it as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no way of making any money nowadays.
But,
I mean, the thing is, I made £60 and just a few pence over last month, and I got paid £57. So off that 60 quid, they took £3 off me.
Yeah.
I mean, I mean, people rave about going to 1,000 and getting 4,000 watch time hours. It's just not all cracked up. All it's cracked up to be, I tell you.
What about when you get those super chats and all that?
Yeah, well, I hardly get any of them, and I don't get hardly anything like that. And I've only got 12 members.
I got a good super chat, didn't I, Richard? Somebody gave me 20 quid.
Yeah.
That's nice of them.
It's somebody that Chris knows, and he's known this.
Yeah. There's a guy in America, he always gives me $10 when he comes on, but he only appears at weekends. But since I've been turning chat on, you can't do that.
That's it.
So I thought what I might do is just put the chat on Saturdays only, so it can be Chatterday.
Chatterday.
I've given up on being monetized. I'm just using YouTube as a social platform.
Exactly, that's exactly what I do. I don't imagine I'm going to be, surpass Richard and get 100k subscribers or whatever. It's just my way of getting chatty with people.
Yeah, because our government's destroyed our locals and everything.
Yeah, you need a lot. You need. I mean, God forbid. I mean, if it comes to views, I've had flipping hundreds of thousands of views over the past 7 days. But you need the subscribers as well.
Yeah.
I sometimes wish I was appearing in the 80s rather than these years.
I mean,
my aunties used to get new kitchens and everything. Nowadays, you don't get fuck all.
The same as the same monetization, etc. It's not what it's cracked up to be, especially if you're like a small YouTuber like myself.
Yeah.
But I'm not doing it for that reason, if you know what I mean. I got, you know, the 1,000 subscribers and the watch time I was pretty quickly. But, you know what I
Have
mean?
you heard about those games that you can get? There's a free app game, and you can win serious money. I don't know if it's real or not.
I get my watch time hours is crazy. I'm at nearly 10,000 a month. A month. Not a year, a month.
That's it.
And my views just in the last 28 days have been 1.4 million.
But the thing is, I mean, and this is another thing, when people super chat you, like that Liam gave me 20 quid, I'd probably only see about 16 quid on it because YouTube take rest.
Yeah. You've got to have lots of subscribers. You know, in my opinion, to have a reasonable amount, you've got to have 50,000 subscribers to have a reasonable amount of money off them. And it won't be extortionate amount.
That's it.
I reckon I could get away with living off YouTube if I had 60,000 subscribers.
Did you put the
I could
sound
use
roll yet?
YouTube to fund my life if I had 60,000 subscribers.
Put the bloody sound roll.
But yeah, you know, I mean, same as Richard. I think there's only these big YouTubers that are making a living from it.
Well, I think anybody over 50k, and it depends on your videos as well. If you're doing long videos, normal horizontal long videos, then you're making good money off them. They're good money if you're getting the views.
But yeah, you
I'm
know,
surprised you're not having your coat with the twists, Richard.
Oh, not tonight. Tomorrow maybe. Tonight, not tonight.
he's abstaining tonight, Natty.
Yeah.
Good.
But
That's what I'm having.
Can't wear twist.
Bacardi.
Bacardi and Diet Coke.
Yeah, Chris's Aunt JD.
I've got Bailey's in fridge. I've got Bacardi in fridge. I've got Warnings Advocar.
I've got Bailey's. I've got
Got everything.
1 kilogram of Bailey's, but I'm saving it for Christmas.
Oh, I've got about 3 bottles. Every time I went to Sainsbury's, I kept buying them when they were on offer. Stocking up. They're only 11 quid for a litre. Yeah, if I could get to 50,000, I'd be happier.
I like to have a drink while I'm cooking Christmas dinner. I cook a good Christmas dinner, but I like to have a couple of Prosecco's.
50,000 though, it sounds a lot, but it is realistic.
Yeah.
Neighbour, when you buy the
If
sprouts,
I keep going like I am, I could get that by end of next year.
I want to buy peeled sprouts because that's the worst thing at Christmas.
You can buy them already peeled.
I wanted to buy the peeled ones because I hate peeling sprouts.
Yeah.
And first thing I need to do though is change my car. That's a cert. I need something more fuel efficient.
That's it. That's it.
What does fuel efficient mean?
Like cost you less to run.
You fill your tank up and it lasts just ages. You know.
Yeah, well, I get 300 miles for 50 quid, me, which is not a lot.
Well, I keep nagging my husband, right? We could have a free car. We could have a free car. The only thing we'd have to pay for is the petrol.
On Motability.
Yeah.
That's what we've got.
I keep nagging him to learn to drive so we can get a free car. Obviously, I'm an alcoholic, so I can't learn to drive. I've got wet brain.
It's like shop royalty, yeah. You know what I mean? But yeah, the only ones making any money is these big You know, these big YouTubers. Oh, and guess who won I'm a Celebrity, Richard?
Yeah, that
Who?
ginger thing.
That
Kelly Brook.
Tesco's annoys me, and I told them about it in there yesterday.
Was
I
it
actually
Kelly Brook?
told the woman behind counter, I said, I think it's absolutely a disgrace, it is.
Who won? Was it Kelly Brook?
No, it were Angry Ginge. She was
Yeah.
one at first and out. Kelly Brook were.
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous that
Who's Angry
Tesco
Ginger?
fucking club card thing. I looked and they had Baileys in the list today for £24 a bottle, but if you had a club card, it were 11.
Mm.
And I said to her, I said, hang on. I said, if they can drop it that much for a club card, I said, so I have got a club card, but I've lost it, and I don't even know my login details to get another one. But I said, so you're charging people 24 who hasn't got a club card? What kind of markup's that? I said, that's 100% markup.
I mean, even at 11 quid, Richard, you're not telling me they're not making a profit on it.
Well, I don't think they make it. I think they won't be losing because it's everything. You've got to remember in Tesco's and all these places, it's all sale or return. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They've no outlay or nothing.
You know what? You can make your own Terry's chocolate orange. You just buy some Nesquik milk, put a bit of whiskey in it, and then you squeeze a bit of orange in it, and then you've got Terry's chocolate orange.
Exactly, Stuart. There's no talent wonder.
Oh, that's what it is. It's chocolate milk.
You can actually make your own Baileys and all, can't you?
Orange. Yeah. Just buy yourself some cheap whiskey.
But anyway, I never liked him from beginning. Cocky little twat.
You know, my mum taught me how to make Irish coffees. I know how to make an Irish coffee. With the whiskey and the brown sugar and the coffee maker coffee, the black coffee. You got cream and you got to angle your spoon a certain way. You got to pour the cream onto the spoon so it falls into the glass a certain way. Yeah, my mum taught me how to make Irish coffees.
I mean, this is the thing. It's called I'm a Celebrity. How can a YouTuber be a celebrity?
Yeah, I think I'm going to put in for it next year. Give me 85 grand to eat a few bugs. I'll eat a few bugs for 85 grand.
It's ridiculous.
What do you eat? What was it?
Kangaroos, bollocks, all that lot, no problem.
Yeah,
85 grand, I would.
I wouldn't.
You know, worst part about that is when they have to put them.
That's a lot of money. Is that just
in the
Would you eat
around
a
a
pig's
kangaroo neck?
vagina? Would you eat a pig's vagina?
But yeah, the worst part about that is them eyes that they have to put in the mouth and they have to crunch them and it spit stuff out.
Yeah, they pop in there and God, but it's a lot of money though, isn't it? Everything has its price, but just chomping on a few bits and bits like that's out for that kind of money. You know.
Oh, pardon me. Yeah, I agree with you, Stuart. You lose your mobility part of it.
Yeah, it was better to have a car because you can go places with a car.
But yeah, I says to Chris when I saw it line up for this year's one, I went, they're scraping bottom at barrel here, aren't they?
There's only so many celebrities, and I watched it early on, and I thought it was funny when they had people in who you knew. I mean, that year when that Carol Thatcher were in, Maggie Thatcher's daughter, that was just hilarious because she just ate everything. She didn't give a shit. She just chomped it away like it were normal food. I couldn't believe it. And all the rest of them were belching up everywhere, and she's just yum, 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 yum.
But, you know, apart from that Angry Ginger, I mean, others were sort of celebrities. They were, you know,
have you ever been to a posh restaurant, Richard?
Yeah.
They dish up SHITE.
Oh yeah, I went to the one that I went to the inn at Whitewell. If you've never been there, you don't know much about it, but that is mega posh. It's owned by the Duchy of Lancaster, and it's flipping. It's posh. And there was this guy walking around with these things, canopies, on a flipping tray. And I thought, oh, they look good. I picked one off, put it in my gob, chomp, 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 and it were raw fish in a vol-au-vent. God, I nearly barfed.
You know what? I went to this posh restaurant because obviously they had a deal one day.
Yeah, caviar. They had everything. They even had a string quartet in corner room giving it all this stuff. And then they had a live play outside with actors. I walked outside. I thought, who's this bloody bunch on grass? What are they up to? And it was a live play, actual live play.
Tracy.
This place that I went to, they served me pate, which looked like cat food, and stale bread with it. And then they served the main course as seafood risotto, which I have never felt so sick after a meal.
Then we sat down at table, and you had your name on table, your name with her, and it with her, my name with her on this little stand, and everything. It was all made of chocolate.
Richard got hungry and started nibbling on his.
Well, when we were in taxi on way back, because it took us ages in taxi, it cost us a fortune. It did.
I would have rather gone
going on taxi on way back because menus, the list of the food menu at middle of the table, that were brown chocolate with writing on in white icing and everything, all that fancy stuff. We're on way back in taxi, and everybody said, "Oh God, did you see them menus?" I said, "See them." I said, "Pull one out of my pocket." I pulled the
Yeah, you get more from McDonald's than you get from.
It were too posh for that place. I'd never been anywhere like it, but it was the person who were getting married. His dad's name's on the side of a fag packet with the government's chief medical officer. It was his son getting married.
Do you want to know what restaurant me and my husband spent our first date in?
The salad bar at Morrison's.
No, McDonald's. Fucking McDonald's.
The sore subject is that one, Johnny.
It's Tracy.
We had to do McDonald's, then we went to a comedy club, and then we went to the pub. Then we went back to my place.
I never had a first date. He come and see me a few days after I'd met him and he never went back.
Pardon me. That was one posh do with that. Never again. I'd never go to a wedding like that again. Jesus Christ. It was way out of my comfort zone with that. Bloke playing, pumping on a trumpet with military uniforms. I'm not sure must from one room to another. What the hell's going on here?
I bought these bloody.
There should have been stuff because you'd direct menu.
Yeah, well, I did. I had a menu in my jacket pocket because I had a suit on, so I had a menu in one side and my name badge were inside pocket at the other end. I thought, I'm having these buggers.
Maria says she'd have read it probably before she'd had time to read what were on menu.
Well, I mean, the main food were brilliant, but it were dead posh, massive plates with just a little blob in the middle, all that sort of caper.
Yeah.
And they had this guy who had
not a lot there.
Yeah, he had this like red military uniform on, and he pumped away on this thing, and he said, "Right, can everybody all rise and move into this room, and then you get settled there and have a bit of something." Then you
Master of ceremonies.
Back to another bloody room. I thought, for God's sake, like musical bloody chairs, it were up and down, up and down. And he's in the corner.
This master of ceremonies, sometimes they have a bell, they twang. It's just to get people's attention.
And then outside, they had an actual play on the riverbank, a live play, actors doing a play on the riverbank.
I mean, I looked at it this day. Yeah, it's supposed to be the best day of your life, but there's no need to go overboard. When all's said and done, you're just signing a piece of paper.
Correct. I reckon that wedding cost them $100,000.
Oh, God almighty.
Or possibly even more.
You know what I mean? Everybody wants to be the wedding day to be special.
And that wedding wasn't the main wedding. Their actual wedding when they got married was at St Paul's Cathedral in London. that was a wedding in the northwest for all the friends to come to, so all the friends could come. That was a second do with that.
But yeah, I mean, I look at it this way: when all's said and done, you just sign in a piece of paper. I mean, throwing money at it hand over fist, it don't make the day any less special, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. That's how the other half live, I'm afraid.
But,
Multi-millionaires.
but you know what I mean. It's you want all your friends and your relatives to be there, but don't go overboard. I mean, we haven't got that kind of money anyway. You know what I mean?
Depends. End of the day, if you've got loads of money, you're going to do something to your means. It's all about living within your means. If you're a multi-millionaire, you're going to have a hell of a wedding. If you've got note, you're going to be at registry office and then at Weatherspoons for an hour. It all depends on your life.
I mean, we did get married in church, and that were a bit of a what's it, because I'd already been married, you see, and because we lived in the how can I put it, the nearest church to us were one of the churches that married divorced people. Basically, that's why they married us.
No.
But yeah, you know what I mean. And if that hadn't happened, I mean, we'd probably got married in register office. But it were only because the church was just up the road, and that were one of the churches that married divorced people.
Yeah.
So
end of the day, you do what suits you. I mean, people, if you're mega rich and you've got millions, you're going to have a fancy do. If you're not, you're not. It's just the way the human being works. You know what I mean?
It's like my husband's. My engagement ring cost me, my husband, 400 quid.
Yeah.
I didn't ask for thousands. I was like,
get what you're given.
Yeah, you get what you're
given. The thing is, how can I put it? You spend within your means, if you know what I mean. You know what I mean?
You got to give a guy a reasonable explanation. You can't say, "Oh, I want a 5,000 ring" when a guy can't afford a 5,000 ring.
But you know what I mean? To me, it's not the cost of it; it's the symbolisation of it.
Exactly.
It's not the cost of the ring; it's the
And then when you fall out and split up, you can always pawn ring afterwards. Take it to a gold shop and sell it.
This is the thing, it's the thought behind it and not the value of the ring. It's
It becomes the value of the ring when you get divorced and split up.
See, that's one thing I always hold up on divorce.
But
you always what?
Hold up on divorce.
You do what on divorce?
Hold up.
Hold up? What's that mean?
I don't divorce.
She don't believe in divorce. Well, you would have done if you'd have been married to my ex.
Right. Everybody's different, aren't they? I mean, if you're not,
it depends. I've got a nice husband, so
everybody's different.
Nathan is pretty decent. So.
I mean, my first husband were a right dick.
Yeah.
If a guy was beating me up, for example, I wouldn't stay married to him.
That's exactly what my ex-husband used to do. They were abusive, both physically and mentally.
I wouldn't stay with that type of man. And then, I know it sounds horrible, but I wouldn't have a baby with that sort of person either.
I had 3 with mine. But, you know what they say, you live and learn. It's
That's it. It's just life, isn't it? I mean, me and wife got on well. We were all right, but I left because we're drifting apart. We didn't fall out about anything.
This is the thing. I mean, there's different reasons for divorce.
She never did anything wrong. I could never call her.
Did you go a bit frigid?
What?
Did she go a bit frigid? Because
No,
someone.
not really. We just drifted apart. I mean, she was a brilliant mum. I can't fault her in every way. She did everything. She sorted everything out. She did everything. You know what I mean? I barely had to lift a finger.
This is the thing, though. I mean, there comes a point in some people's marriage where they want different things, and these things happen. You know what I mean? It's not always about
Correct. It's not always about falling out and stuff.
or being abused or anything. Sometimes these things happen, and
Correct.
I've got a 10-year-old, a 13-year-old, and a 21-year-old. I do not plan on having any more children.
Hiya, Ollie.
Hello, Harley.
I don't want no more children.
That ship sailed a long time ago for me, Natty.
Yeah.
I don't want no more kids at my age.
I would commit suicide now if I got somebody up club. I would terminate myself. I would. Somebody come up to me and said, "You know what, the week when we had a knee trembler, you know what I mean?" I'd say, "Yeah, well, I'm pregnant." I'd say, "See you later. I'm going out next bridge."
But yeah, I mean,
it's a bit
at my age, it had to be immaculate conception.
Yeah, well, I've got an habit of getting two for a price of one, so I have to make sure I'm bloody careful.
But yeah, you know what I mean? I mean, there has been people that have got pregnant later on in life, but yeah.
I don't want to get pregnant later on in life.
That ship sailed, I'm afraid. Exactly, Tommy. Exactly.
I don't want to be 80 by the time my kids are grown up.
That's it.
I mean, this is the thing. I was 40 when I had Callum.
There's always the big V. What's that? The big V.
Bella,
Oh, for sakes me, there's nowhere. Not a chance. There's nowhere. Nobody's coming near my old mum with a Stanley knife. Bugger that. Not a chance.
Oh, you're about the second.
Snip. He's on about the snip. No chance. Not
just pull out. Just pull out, Richard.
Correct. That's what belly button's for.
Oh dear.
Bugger that. No way. God, it makes me cringe thinking about it. Ugh.
But I mean, yeah, there have been people sort of getting on in years that have become pregnant, but yeah, I'm not going to be one of them, I'm afraid.
No, I prefer to find a woman that's been through flipping change, and I don't mean me pot to change it cupboard.
Oh dear. It's Friday night, actually, Stuart.
Yeah.
He says we're in his Saturday night. I says it's Friday night, not Saturday. But
Shoe, we're having a sale on 70% off.
But yeah, you know what I mean. And I'm in the same boat as Richard. If I thought
you expect me to believe that? Yeah, I don't bother with them either. Look at that. Whip it out. Whip it out and wipe it. Job done.
But yeah.
Fling it outside at bed.
You know, them that are like nowadays are them that you can hand back. At the end of the day, that you can hand back to another person.
Yeah, babysitting. I told my son, he's 21, I said, don't you think about making me a grandmother.
Yeah.
So you've got your own house, and you've got your
Oh,
own.
I'd be saying mine better not get that way out, especially one of them anyway. I'd be annoyed if she got pregnant.
But
Really annoyed.
you know, I mean, and we've always said this to Callum, you know, just make sure you've got one available.
Yeah,
You don't,
condom, yeah.
you don't want to get caught out with no protection and make the mistake, and 9 months later, you know.
Yeah, I don't believe women when they say they're on the pill.
But yeah, always go prepared.
Because women will lie, you know. Women will say they're on the pill, but they're not.
Yeah.
When they're out to trap a bloke, they will say they're on the pill, but they're not. You know what I mean, Jeanette?
I'm laughing at what Arliss put. All these 15-year-olds walking around like roadmen. A condom would have prevented that. Exactly.
Yeah, correct. The world's full of scroats now. You're right there, Riley. Full of bloody scroats. The young'uns nowadays, they've no respect for nobody. They're horrendous. Horrendous beings. But unfortunately, you can only blame one people for that, and that's the parents.
Exactly. That's my sentiments. Exactly, Richard.
Scroats breed
We've
scroats.
always taught Callum to be polite, and you know, and none of my kids has ever been in trouble.
I hate it when I hear people blaming schools and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, no, it's the parents. Manners begins with the parents.
I mean, when our Callum were getting picked on when he were at school, and we went in to see a teacher, and she says, "Well, it comes from a broken home."
What?
I went, "Do you seriously mean to tell me that you expect me to believe that's the cause of the way he is? I come from a broken home," I says, "and I've never been in trouble." I says, "and I respect my elders." I says, "Please and thank yous, you know, and everything."
Correct. Scroats breed scroats. It's as simple as that. You can't get away
Yeah,
from it.
you had it belted
If
into
your parents are a mess, the kids will be a mess. It's as simple
Yeah,
as that, and that
yeah.
is what happens.
I mean, we've said that about Vicky Pollard on End, and Chris says, "I bet any money before her kids get much older, they'll be up in court because that's the way they've been taught. If you don't teach your children respect, manners,
Yeah,
you know, they're gonna end up in trouble."
correct. Discipline.
Yeah, 100%, Richard.
That's all it takes.
Oh, this bloody dog of mine.
Stuart, I take a road drill wherever I go, but I never use it. Prepared indeed.
Yeah.
So yeah, you know what I mean. Giving your children, you know, teaching them respect and to be polite. That is the mainstay nowadays.
Yeah, you
My
know,
daughter, she's been in old folks' homes today doing
I
that.
teach my kids to be charitable as well. We was outside the Poundland, and obviously there was a homeless man sleeping next to the Poundland. And I said to my kids, I said, shall we go in and buy him a sandwich? And we went into the Poundland, and my daughter was like, Mum, he probably needs a drink as well. So she goes and gets him a bottle of water and stuff. And like that. And I was teaching my child how to be kind.
Yeah,
There are worse people off than you, so always be grateful for what you've got as well.
See what Tommy's put.
Tommy. There's another train channel down the line from you. Put up a vid about little pricks giving him shit in station during filming. Yeah, that's it. Exactly that. That's a classic example. Feral scroats, that.
I mean,
I have a good mind to take a pepper spray with me, and next day, if I get any more shit like that, just blast them in the eyes.
That's it.
I have. You know, problem is it'd be my luck for me getting arrested.
I mean, this is the thing, Richard. You never know. I mean, it was like when you were at station and a certain somebody kept giving away your location. You don't know who's going to come up behind you if you're filming, etc.
I was going to go to the toilet, so I'm going to mute.
Get to the toilet. I get to the toilet. Get out of there. Get to the toilet. No, get out of there, cat.
So it's your protection, Richard. You know what I mean? It's your protection.
Come on, out. Get out. Yeah.
You know what I mean? You covering yourself in case you get some little shit coming up behind you. You don't know what they're doing. I mean, I was watching a document. I think that run that true crime, and it run about these. I think they owned rival garages or something, and there were a lot of to-ing and fro-ing between the two. You know, verbal whatever. Anyway, this guy gets out his car because the other one were on sidewalk or whatever you call it, and they were getting it that. So he gets out his car and went over to him, and we're, getting him verbal back. And next minute, what he thought was a punch, this guy had stabbed him.
Yeah.
And he walked back to his car, and he actually got in the car, and he didn't realise until he sat in his car that he were bleeding to death.
Yeah.
And if you'd watched this, the CCTV footage of it, it does look like he just gave him a punch, but he didn't. He stabbed him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You don't know what nowadays,
Scroats.
what they're going to do.
I wouldn't have dreamed when I was that age going around giving people shit.
I know. Can you imagine as parents if we'd, even verbal backchatting?
Correct.
I used to get a thick ear for that.
I remember when police officers used to take you to police cells and show you where you'd end up.
But
No,
this is the thing. If you taught manners, then you teach your children manners.
Yeah, problem is if I did that, Tommy, will you get out of there?
The ammunition chamber will be empty soon,
Oh,
Richard.
no, it won't be at the moment. I've got my flipping my extra big pot on.
Oh dear! Talk about being prepared. He's got the pump action thing going.
Correct.
Oh dear!
I've been hunting all over show for that pot. I knew I had one, a big cartridge you put in it, but it lasts for ages. It lock and load and that.
You are a naughty little kitty.
It says there's there cameras on those stations. I bet there is, Tommy.
Oh, and that one I was at that night is absolutely. There's cameras everywhere you look. I mean, there must be probably more than 20, I would say.
But this is the thing. I mean, like when we were watching him at station other week, and that lad kept putting his location in, and then there was some kids behind him. Yeah, they were talking loudly, but they weren't causing any commotion.
Oh.
But flip it over, and they could have done, if you know what I mean. And they behind you, Richard. Not in front of you, they're behind you.
Yeah, them that were giving me shit the other week, I should have turned camera around on them and said, "Look, are these your little darlings?" And
Yeah.
plastered them all on YouTube.
And I'd have turned around and says, I bet your mum and dad's proud of you lot.
Yeah.
But yeah. It makes you so angry, and when we were growing up, that kind of behaviour, that what they used to be called latchkey kids. You know what I mean? The parents were working; they had to let themselves in after school, and they got up to all kinds of things.
Actually, me and my sister was latchkey kids, and we didn't get up to nothing.
But but I mean, biggest majority, if the parents aren't around, then they're not around to
My
teach
mum had
them.
to work till 5 p.m. and
See,
we
I put an air
we had
pistol
to
in
get
my side
home.
pocket, but I think
My
I'd get
sister had to
anything
pick me
shot off
up.
with an air pistol in leg or something.
My sister had to pick me up from school, and we just stayed in the house. What was worse, one day, it was snowing. We forgot to take our keys with us, and we ended up locking up the house. And we had to go and stand in the coal bunker when it was snowing, and it was absolutely freezing. We was getting frostbite in our hands and everything. And the neighbour, the next door neighbour, found us and let us in a living room to
But
watch.
this is the thing. I mean, when you say your parent, I'm talking about these parents that leave the kids from dawn till dusk alone. Not just till 5 o'clock. Your parents were around, if you know what I'm saying.
Mm. Yeah, but if they have to work, they have to
Well,
work.
that's it. But what I'm saying is, after 5 o'clock, your parents were around.
Yeah,
You weren't left from dawn till dusk
yeah.
to left to your own devices.
Mm.
Oh, all this coming over all on Arnold Schwarzenegger.
You heard.
He
I,
says, wait till Monday if I see him, Richard. If we go to Leyland, I'll sort some for you, Richard. But in this day and age, you don't know if people are concealing weapons. That's what I'm trying to say. This thing that I was watching, it just looked like he thrown a punch, but in actual fact, he'd stabbed this fella. And he
yeah.
walked normally back to his car, sat in his car, and didn't move. And somebody went out to check on him, and he were dead because he'd fatally stabbed him through art. So,
No.
you know what I mean? It just goes to show that what looks like a punch could actually be somebody stabbing you. So you have to be very careful nowadays, and you have to be careful what you say to them, because if they take offence, then all hell can break loose.
Which proves the Bible is true, because the Bible says that God would not give us more pain than we can handle.
That's your bloody fault, cat. It's your
It
fault.
says,
It's an offence to carry anything for. So you're now telling me, Tommy, that if somebody walks up to you and supposedly punches you, but they've got a knife, you can't defend yourself.
why do you not feel a knife going in your back?
Yeah, there's certain things you can carry, but you can't carry knives and stuff, and you certainly can't carry an air pistol, or else I would
I
do.
know you don't believe in the Bible, Richard, but the
No,
Bible does say God only gives us what we can manage. He only gives us so much pain we can manage.
but you can buy a pepper spray that you can carry legally, but it's not pepper spray, but it's similar, a
Yeah,
legalised version.
it makes fucking eyes sting.
Yeah, but it's not actually official pepper spray, but there is one you can
Yeah.
buy now and carry legally with you.
You can get them off Amazon.
I think the worst pain is childbirth.
What?
I think the worst pain is childbirth.
Oh, I was constipated a few months back. I feel like I were in a similar position. It was about the size of a baby's head that come
I
out.
think Richard understands childbirth.
Yeah, honestly, we're like a
Did you have a natural birth, Jeanette?
Yeah, all four.
What did it feel like when you had a natural birth?
Horrendous.
Did it feel like you
Oh.
were taking...
Don't worry, I could carry one because I have two, and they're in
Yeah.
the car boot under my spare wheel. They shouldn't even be in
You
there.
know my brother's girlfriend, after when she had her baby, she couldn't have sex for a whole year because they used those scissors on her. What do you call them? Scissors.
I tell you another one is gallstones. Bloody hell. I wish that on my worst enemy.
Get away from there.
Gallstones is horrendous.
Yeah, they gave me brother's girlfriend. The midwife was this woman who was very tough, very mean. And she slit her all the way down so she could give birth.
How about that?
I wouldn't shoot cat with it because it'd kill cat. Well, one of the air pistols would definitely kill the cat. The other one,
yeah.
One I shot a lot of rats with.
I mean, with our Callum, I didn't have no pain relief at all.
You know,
only gas and air.
That's what I bought them for, early to shoot
the
the rats.
What does gas and air make you feel like? It made me feel sick.
Size a kite.
It made me feel sick when I was taking that.
But yeah. Because I kept saying, oh, I'll have some pethidine now. Oh, I'll have an epidural. Sorry, you're a bit too far gone for that.
I had to have an epidural. It's horrible. You know what they do? You would have hated an epidural.
I've had several epidurals.
You have to sit up and you have to put your hands over somebody's shoulders while they screw a hole in your back.
Well, it's the big needle. But anyway, we're not talking about needles because Richard don't like needles.
What's that epidural? Yeah. Yeah, well, it's like a needle and a pipe. They thread like a pipe in, don't they, to the spine?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's horrible.
And you have to be very careful with an epidural because if they hit something they shouldn't, then you're paralysed.
Yeah, that's why it's always a consultant that does it. It's not just a nurse. It's always a consultant.
It's always got to be a consultant, yeah.
And it's always scary for the patient because you think, what if
my wife, she had an epidural, and I remember
what if you jump up like that and then
the woman coming in and doing it nearly made me sick. That's what she's doing.
Hey, look, that's with my seconding, I had an epidural, and I thought it was the best thing since sliced bread. But with my third in, I says to him, I says, can I have an epidural? Because I'd got gallstones as well while I was pregnant. So you imagine being pregnant and having gallstones all at the same time. So they says, well, yeah, you've been through a lot. We'll give you an epidural. It was like planned ahead. So anyway, they give me this epidural, and I was lying there, and I kept saying, why am I going all pain just down one side? It was like all down one side. So they says, oh, well, we'll flip you over, blah, blah, blah. It could have been, I think they fucked it up because I was getting numbness down one side, but I was feeling it all on the other side. So, but yeah, with Callum, I mean, I didn't get a chance to do nothing. So, but yeah, I can imagine partners to dislocated shoulder. Oh, God.
Oh, I've had it a few times. Dislocated shoulder, same one as well. I dislocated it about 3 times in the same year. First time I did it, got it with flipping sore.
Well, you spoke, even though you've dislocated it and you've got to put it back in, because sometimes the only way to put it back in is to go to hospital.
Yeah,
Pulling
first
and
time I did.
pulling you
First and second time it happened, I went to hospital, and then it happened again on New Year's Eve, and I was drunk and I slipped in snow and knocked it out again. So I did like a bit of an Arnold Schwarzenegger shuffle into the corner of the pub wall, like into a corner, and I managed to get it to crunch back in again. But
it's that noise it makes.
First time it went out, I was stood on a massive big gear on a machine above it, and I was trying to knock bearing out, and I was swinging with a sledgehammer right over my head, knocking this bearing out of this big gear. And when it was at full height, it come out there, it did. In fact, with this side, with my left arm, it come out, it clocked out, and God, I was in agony. And when I got to hospital, they said, it stood there like in hospital, and obviously everybody knew I dislocated it. And how did I manage that? Which one? Anyway, I get into hospital, and they kept me waiting for ages while they brought all student doctors in to show how to put a dislocated shoulder back. I thought, oh, thanks for that. And they said they don't mind a couple of people watching you. Crikey, there are about 30 people in the room.
Yeah.
Like a right floor show.
I've seen all sorts, where they put like a towel under
That's
you.
it. That's what they did with me. They put a strap round.
Lift it to sort of,
correct.
One's pulling and one's pushing.
He put a. All I know is he put some cloth or a strap round it or something, and he put a mask on. He says, "Here, I breathe this," and it went boom back in.
The thing that they do, Richard, is they catch it unawares, so you don't know it's coming.
Second time it happened, I was swimming at leisure centre and it dislocated. Same year it were. It happened 3 times, all in the same year it did.
Ooh.
And I was swimming, and you try and get to the flipping side, I was going round in circles.
Going round in circles.
I had to go to hospital again with that.
And it's like that, isn't it? It's like
the pain's unbelievable, but
it's just
when it's been out more than once,
just flobbing about.
The pain gets less when it's been out. It's the first time it comes out, it's the most painful. But after the first time, the pain is less. And third time, it was New Year's Eve, the same year again. It came out, and because I fell in snow on it, I was well, shit faced. I
want to say at least there was something to numb pain anyway.
Well, that's it, because I was drunk. I've got my shoulder in corner like, and me and my mates are shoving me into the corner. Anyway, it went back in. It was sore next day.
That's it. You sort of used your own anaesthetic in so many ways.
Blood. It's never been out since that New Year's Eve. And it's
I don't think I've ever had a dislocated joint.
Okay, now 30. It's going to be about 30 years ago. Is that now? I'd have been about 18, 19, something like that. It makes
me shudder just to think about it. Oh God!
For the first time, I did it because I can remember my brother driving me to hospital, and I said, "Fucking hell, are you trying to hit every bastard pothole going here?" Every slightest bump in road, it was just agony. It were because my arm was just flopping around.
I'll say that to Chris when I'm busting for a piss.
I said, "Are you finding every fucking pothole to get us to hospital here or what?"
I says, "I'm sure you're trying to make me piss myself." I says, "Because you keep finding all these fucking holes and potholes into."
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'll never forget that. It were a massive gear on it. It were a ribbon blender. It were a gear off the end of a ribbon blender. It were, and I had it stacked on 2 trestles, and I was stood at top of gear. And it had a big brass bearing in it, a big brass bush, and I were knocking shit out of it trying to get it out. I'd heated it up, warmed it up, and cooled it down, and all sorts.
Yeah, they say you're more likely to, because so if you do it once, you're more likely to. Yeah,
because you've ripped it out the socket once. That socket's worn, and it takes time for it to grow back again. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's more like, "Hi, Badger."
Hello, Badger. How are we doing?
More likely to be the same joint and the same side and whatever. If it's dislocated once, then you're more prone to, it dislocating the same again. Quite
quickly afterwards, because the socket's worn because it's been yanked out of an hole that it shouldn't come out of.
Yeah. I mean, when you think about it, like your shoulder joint, it's like a socket and a ball fitting in it. So basically, when you dislocate it, it comes out of that socket.
Correct.
And the only way that they can get it to rectify it is to shove it back in that socket.
Correct.
So if you've been pulled from pillar to post because of a dislocation, it's more likely to come out again.
Oh, it was painful. That. My God, was it? I'll never forget that. I won't mind. He said to me, my brother, afterwards, when I come out and I had a sling on, he says, "When you're coming back to knock back bury that?" I said, "You what?"
All art.
Oh, I'll never forget that because it just wouldn't come out. This flipping brass bush. I heated it up with gas axe, so it was red hot. I did. Knocking shit out of it.
You're all art by the sounds of things, Richard.
Yeah.
You
Oh, it
know,
were.
wanting you to go straight back to work.
Oh, yeah.
It's not that simple.
I fell off a top of. I was putting a water tank right on top of these 3 porta cabins. It were in Burnley. It were a company that made power wash solutions, and inside the warehouse they had 3 porta cabins stacked on top of each other, and they wanted a hot water supply down into the offices, into each office. So I put put the copper tank with immersion heater in right on top of office, and put all pipe work down and threaded it through into flipping offices and everything. I was there for a few days, probably about 2 days doing it, and bloody hell, and with floor, it were all tiled floor, it were, because they made this soapy solution. And flipping ladder, I were up there, right on top of these 3, and ladder just slipped its soap and went all the way flat, and I held on to it all the way down. I didn't. On my way down, it smashed office windows going past. God. And I rung him up and I says, "Bloody hell, I've just fallen off flipping ladder. You haven't busted pipe off, have you?"
More bothered about pipe than you were.
Yeah. I said, "No, pipe works all right." I said, "But windows aren't looking so hot."
Tommy says it's a pity it didn't stick in like that cease bushing. But yeah, you know what I mean. You're more likely to have it reoccurring if it's come out once.
Yeah.
I had to laugh, Richard, because when you shot her and she got on that thing, she went, like she were wet.
You were wet. Yeah, if that was seized, that bush, I'll never forget it. I remember it well. I warmed it up, red hot, and then I got a cup of water, cold tap water, and poured it on the bush, but kept the wheel so it was stinking hot, so it'd contract, and it still wouldn't come out. What a bastard that way.
Your shoulder come out instead.
My shoulder come out instead, yeah.
Oh dear. I mean, I've never broke a bone and I've never had a dislocation, touch wood. Never had a broken bone and never had a dislocation.
The wrist, that's the only one I broke. This wrist, same arm again. That was when I fell off a tree swing.
Different fingers and what else did you break?
Well, right knuckle twice. Chipped board in my elbow. The big toe. That's it.
And yet I've never broke a bone.
I broke my wrist when I was about 6-year-old. I were, and we had this massive tree swing, and it flew fucking. That's most of engineering is with a bloody sledgehammer, Tommy, when you're operating with massive machines. But yeah, I got this, jumped on this tree swing, and I held of it, and it had a piece of wood there, and I like over a cliff, over a river, it were.
Yeah.
And I jumped off, and then my mate jumped on top and put his feet on top of my hands.
Nathan, can you come
There were 2 of us on it.
door? I can't open this jar.
What are they, pickled onions?
Gherkins.
Pickled gherkins. I want a gherkin.
You're not pregnant, are you, Natty?
No.
But
Nathan!
come and open this jar. But
I need a man.
You need a bit of cloth on it. Get a bit of cloth on it.
Your tea towel or something.
But you'd like
I'll do it. We're in
put your jumper over it and give it.
Chris says tap it on the table and then try opening it.
Don't smash it.
I don't mean like that. It means lid.
All right.
You'll tap it bottom at jar. But anyway, yeah,
You're tightening it on there, Natty. I can see from here. You went wrong way. You were tightening it up then. Other way, anti-clockwise. That's it. That's the correct way now. Get out of it proper.
I'll do it.
Are you giving up too easily?
My husband's ignoring me.
But, I mean, my eldest lad, I mean, he'll be 40 next year.
Okay.
He were up a tree with one of his mates, and somehow he was the only one that ended up falling out of the tree. Now, I took him straight down to the doctors, and the doctor says, "Oh, you're probably
doing up a tree at 40."
Not. I mean, when he was a kid, you was it?
Right, okay.
I forget how old he were. He were only, he were less than 10 years old anyway. So anyway, took him straight down to the doctors, and doctor had a look at it. He says, "Well, I can't feel anything broken," and he just strapped it up, and he says he's probably sprained it. So gets up next morning.
Yeah, I've done it.
It was like a bloody football.
I managed it. I got the jar open myself.
Excellent.
Anyway, so when we got up next morning, and it's like,
oh God, I couldn't get out to jar. Jesus Christ.
Anyway, so I says, "Oh, I don't like the look of that." I says, "We're going down to A&E." Yeah. Do you know, you remind me of our Callum, he can't. Yeah.
My mum, I got her one of them rubber grippers for flipping opening jars, Stuart, and I walked in one day and it went to her arm. I thought, "What's she doing with that buggy?" She says, "Either grand, these coasters you got me." So it's not a bloody It's a grip. I said it's like a flower shaped rubber pink thing.
I know.
You get hold of it and it grabs the lid.
Thought it were a coaster.
Yeah, she's there with a brew on it on coffee table.
So anyway, we took him down to A&E. They sent him for an X-ray, and it was an hairline fracture. Now we went into another department, doing, and they kept saying, "Do you want it? Do you want any pain medication?" "No, I'm all right." And they says, "How can you have a broken wrist?" And it was right on his wrist. "How can you have a hairline fracture on your wrist and not be in pain?" And he swore blind. He didn't want no Calpol. And he says, they couldn't believe that he'd broke his wrist and didn't want any pain medication. And I says to him, and basically they were questioning me why I didn't take him the day before. And I says, "I took him down to the doctor's." I says, "And the doctor thought it was just a sprain." Pardon me. I says, "So there's the answer to your question. He didn't think no more about it. The doctor just wrapped it up and he thought it was a sprain." I says, "It was only when he got up this morning," I says, "and it was like a balloon." I says, "that we've come down here." But yeah, he never had no pain medication whatsoever with that, and that were a break. And he ended up having a pot on it.
Right.
But he's the only one out of all my kids that's ever broke anything. I mean, I've never broke anything.
Sometimes wonder that, Tommy. I do sometimes wonder that.
I was going to say it's working if she is, Tommy.
She rang me up the other day, early on this week. She says, "I'm in a bloody naughty mood today." I said, "What's up with you?" She says, "I don't know." I said, "I'm just naughty, so I thought I'd ring you up and met you naughty as well." "Well, thanks for that." I said, "What have you got to be naughty about?" "Well, I don't know. It's on." So I woke up today and I'm bloody naughty, she says.
Yeah, she didn't like to be naughty on her own. She wanted you
Yeah,
to join in.
she says, I thought I'd ring you up and bug you and make you naughty. She's off a trolley.
I only just realised that, Richard.
She's wandering around. Other week, she was wandering around with this big white thing, and she says, "I want you to set time on this." She says, "I can't get time on it." I says, "You won't be able to." I said, "That's a digital picture frame." Yeah. She has one of them clocks, them like dementia clocks, where it says big time in letters and tells you what day it is and tells you if it's afternoon or morning and all that lot. And it looks like a digital picture frame. So she's wandering around with this picture frame. Will you set time on this? Well, I would do. I said, but it's not a clock. And she said to me, will you set time on my smart meter? I said, it's correct time. I said, it works off network, that. I said, you never need to touch that. Because she's got them displays for British Gas displays under telly. She says, will you set time? I said, what for? I said, it's the correct time. I said, I have no control over that. I said, it automatically updates itself. It's connected to British Gas. Well, time's wrong. I said, no, it's not. It's correct. It's always right. Is it? Yeah. And
I'm looking at what Tommy's put. It says Misery Lights Company.
Yeah. And then she'll say it's supposed to be a nice day today, but she's watching weather for St Helier in Channel Islands. As a local, you have Grenada and all that lot, and you tell all the different regions. Well, hers is set for Channel Islands for some reason. So she says, bloody hell. And then she'll be saying, I don't recognise this place. Where is that? I say, oh, it's somewhere near Blackpool.
It's somewhere near Blackpool.
Oh, because there's a lot to see, isn't there, down Channel Islands? It's not the boat, sea and harbour. She said, whereabouts is that? I say, oh, it's just between Blackpool and Fleetwood. It's not. It's
rather than going into it and trying to explain where it is.
Correct.
Oh, dear.
It's funny. It's funny.
Yeah.
And that thing we're on the other day when I went round, that where they go around looking at houses, like a couple will go around and they pick them 4 houses to look at.
Oh, yeah.
I forgot what it's called. Escape to the Country or something like that. She said, I'm sick of this. It's just a con. It's people that all they're doing is wanting to be on telly for a bit. They never buy a bloody house, none of them.
Oh, dear. And when you were on about other day, about your brother and who's it's been and what's it's she's been.
Doodah and Watson have been round and Yonder's been round and all that lot, and she didn't remember anybody's name. One of them just happened to be a daughter, one happened to be a son, and one happened to be a son's wife. But she didn't know anybody's name. She just says, oh, who's it's been round with that lass?
Well, because she can't remember their names, she calls them Uzi.
Who's been round with that lass? Who is it? I said, Ian. I said, your son? Yeah, that's it. And his wife? Yeah. All right.
Bless her. Bless her.
God only knows what she calls me when I'm not there.
What's it from? Where is it?
Yeah. Everything's a doodah or a what's it with you. She rang me up and said, I can't get bloody doofer working. I said, what do you mean doofer? Won't change channel. She says, I keep pressing 1. It won't change to channel 1. Bloody doofer. I says, right. I says, while you're on phone now, I says, press 1. And I heard this, doo. I said, try 1 again. Doo. I says, you're pressing 1 on your phone. I said, you need to actually pick the bloody... she says, that's a phone. You need to find the remote for the telly. You were trying to change channel with your phone. I could hear, when you press a keypad on a phone and it goes beep, I could hear it. I thought, she's pressing bloody 1 on her phone here.
It's no wonder it won't change channel over.
Oh, good grief. Unbelievable.
I mean, it's just... can I put it? It's just lucky that you're not far away from her.
Yeah. Bloody hell.
And you know, we're ringing you up saying cat needs some meat, and you go and open cupboard doors, and there's enough to
Oh
feed
yeah,
all
chocolate
three,
biscuits. Just get me
three
2 packets
cats
of chocolate
in
biscuits. Get me 2 packets of chocolate biscuits. Don't get me no fake ones. I want the proper McVitie's ones. She says. I said, have you seen how much they are a packet now? Then I said they're nearly £4
Ah,
a packet then for proper McVitie's chocolate biscuits. Nearly £4 a packet. I want 2. I said £8 on chocolate. Yeah. Then I opened the cupboard and honestly they're stacked up.
yeah.
So you
Well,
expect
it's
nuclear war or something?
same with when she used to Magnums.
Oh yeah.
Right, you tried that one on her, Richard, but she knew that they weren't
No.
proper Magnums.
That's it. I got the little ones, the cheaper little ones. There were more in a packet. She says, "No, I reckon them to these." She says,
She
oh,
knew.
very
She knew that they weren't the real McCoy.
correct. She did because I even took them out of the box and put them loose in a freezer so she couldn't tick packet to try and bamboozle her, but she didn't. She knew straight away.
It's just still on the flake cornetto things.
Cornettos, yeah, the flake. Well, she likes to have the strawberry ones or the flake ones. Depends. I get her whichever because there's always 1 or 2, especially at this time of year, they're on offer. So I get her whatever's on offer. If it's either strawberry or flake, you know.
But yeah,
Sometimes the Magnums are on offer. Them Magnum Millionaires they're called, and I get her them if they're on offer.
but yeah, you know, I mean, she might be going a bit senile, but she knows when it's not the real
I don't know
McCoy.
where she puts all food me because she gets 2 big lots of salmon, and I mean the big packets. You know, they're nearly a tenner a packet, and she gets what is it? 3 loaves, 3 toasty loaves, and a jar of jam and a jar of marmalade every week.
She gets through more bread than what we do.
Yeah, 3 loaves she gets, 3. She goes through them. And all sorts of other bits and bats. Can't tell the taste in chocolate. Can't tell the taste in chocolate.
I think she means you can't tell the difference, or you can taste the difference with chocolate.
Yeah, she spotted it straight away because I got these from Lidl and they looked exactly like a Magnum. They even had the nuts on because she likes the nutty Magnums with the nuts on outside.
Like them and all.
And so she even got them, and yeah, he's here somewhere. He has been,
It's probably
but
eating.
and she knew straight away. She says, "Yeah, I reckon now to them." She says, "They're not as good as normal." I thought, "My God, I've been sprung."
It's first and only time that he's ever tried to bamboozle away a cheaper version.
Well, I took them out of the packet and I just tipped them into the freezer shelf loose so she couldn't sit packet because when you take Magnums out of the box, they're just in a brown packet. And the little ones are just in a brown packet
Exactly
as well,
same,
so you
but,
can't tell the difference once they're out of the box. So I took them out of the box and tipped them in loose. I thought she won't notice difference, but you get a lot more in a box from Lidl. But nah, I reckon them to them. Don't get me them again. Make sure you get proper ones. All right, produce.
But
All right with that.
that's it. I mean, she might be going a bit, you know, senile, but she knows her.
It's like toasted loaves. I said, why don't you get a medium loaf instead of toasties? I said, you get more slices. Yeah, but I like toasty ones, she says. Don't want a medium one. If I want a medium one, I'll ask you for a medium one.
I hope she'd have loved other day, Richard. We've got like one of these. It's like a market stall, and it's outside somebody's house, and they get the extra, and they were should have been in her aisles because there were dozens of them toasty Warburton toasty loaves,
Yeah,
cobs. There were everything, but you have to get them on the day. You know what I mean?
yeah. Yeah, she has three toasty loaves a week. She puts through.
It's them in orange packets, isn't it?
Yeah.
The toasties. Trying to con his own more.
I try my best, but
It were just trying to save her a few pennies, Tommy.
yeah. Well, her shopping's always expensive because she gets that salmon, which is expensive. It's really nearly a tenner a packet, that salmon.
Do you reckon she gives it to cat?
No, she eats it.
Oh.
Definitely. You know, she gives prawns to cat. You know, they're bloody expensive and all
I'm going
prawns.
to say that cat must live life for Riley.
Oh, have you seen the size of it? It's like a flipping little hippo. It's flipping huge.
But yeah, you know what I mean. When there's only your mum and cat, you know what I mean. She likes to spoil.
To go through 3 of them big packets of Dreamies every week, and they're not. I don't mean the little packets. I mean the big
Yeah,
packets.
you mean the big.
Yeah, and
Big
it goes
ones,
through
yeah.
3 packets of them a week, Dreamies,
Bloody hell.
and they're expensive and all. You know. Oh yeah, she won't. I've tried her with medium, and she reckons out of it. And I got her some cheap stuff as well from somewhere, and it weren't Lidl. It was somewhere else. It was like the own brand. I think it was Tesco's or somewhere like that. And she said, "Oh, don't bring me that again." You know, so I tried it. And
You
cat
know,
meat, I've tried her with cheap and nasty cat meat from Lidl at all, and no, cat turns its nose up at that. You know.
that's it. You know, same as Tracy says. I mean, she might be going a bit, but she knows her own mind as when it comes to, you know,
does
what
she?
she likes and what she don't like.
Just a memory. She just forgets stuff. She forgets names and
Oh,
things.
I'm saying, Richard.
Yeah, but you know what a toilet roll is, don't you? You'll say, one of them doodads that you take to the bathroom.
Because our Callum were asking me something earlier on, and I can't even remember where you were asking me. And I says, I don't know, Callum. I says, I've been to bed since then.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I hope Mia can't hear this. But yeah, you know, I mean, you know, it's all part of getting old. You know what I mean? You forget things.
That's it. Yeah.
But yeah, I says to Callum, I says, hey up, Callum, I says, you forget, I says, my age, I says, plus I've been to bed since then, I says, and sometimes I forget things while I'm saying it, and I forget what I'm going to say.
I'll never forget when she went to have her ears springed and she ended up having a pacemaker fitted instead, and she still didn't get her ears springed. She says, bloody hell, I went to home centre, so I went for my ears springing, and they took me to hospital and gave me a pacemaker, and my bloody ears still weren't doing.
Did she never get undone then after that, Richard?
No.
Oh dear. My heart's working perfect, but my ears are still blocked.
Oh yeah, that was fun. That was in hospital when after she'd had the anaesthetic, after she had this pacemaker fitted, we were in hospital. My God, she were talking some nonsense. You know, this was like middle of the year, and she said, "You all right, Christmas decorations nice in here." I'm thinking,
can you see what I can't?
thinking, was she looking? And I thought, a nurse said she's just hallucinating because of anaesthetic.
It does.
I said, that's why I'm sat there going, oh yeah, they're nice. Yeah, I'm thinking,
it does do funny things to you. I mean, it just sent me to sleep, but
oh yeah,
you know what I mean.
oh,
You know,
yeah.
it has different. When I say it just sent me to sleep, but then it must have had like a delayed effect, because about 12 hours after that, I was just retching, like I wanted to be sick, but they went out there because obviously you can't eat before you have an operation. So I was just retching, like I wanted to be sick, and I kept saying to the nurse, why am I? And she says it's sometimes the reaction to the anaesthetic is delayed.
Yeah. Oh, she gets the filing system mixed up a lot.
You know what I mean? But I can sympathise with her because I'm saying now I've got a good memory for certain things, but then others, you know.
She always, the bloody other things and habits she's got into, she's always leaving front door wide open. I drive past every day when I'm coming home. I always drive past and check that it's shut, you know.
Yeah.
She leaves it open. And I said, why's your front door open? She said, well, I was just making sure there were no parcels coming. I said, well, what were you expecting? Well, nothing, but you never know. I said,
and anybody can just walk in.
I said, the only if there's any parcels to come, I said, I'll tell you, because a cat meat comes through from Amazon. And what else? There's 2 or 3 things I get it from Amazon. And I say, I always tell you when it's going
Yeah.
to come. You don't need to
Always
just
all-
leave your door wide open on the off chance. I said, you're not back in 50s now and everybody left their flipping
Yeah.
doors wide open.
I mean, this was the thing. We've had a delivery today, and last time Chris got to door before Guy come to door. Hiya, Anthony. Natty's just dropped out. Anyway, so Chris said to him today, he said, don't go to the door. He says, I'm watching CCTV. And he says, I'm going to watch, because he swears that sometimes they just drop it behind bins and don't knock on the door.
Yeah.
I'm taking one of me. So Chris says, don't go to the door, don't do anything. Just wait and see if he knocks on the door. And he says he probably don't realise that I'm,
Yeah.
Anyway, he knocked on the door. But some you can get, and some you can get that don't knock. And we've been in at the time. They just dump them and run. So, but it all depends. And they're mostly foreigners that just dump them and run.
Yeah.
And there's been an uproar about.
One of the neighbours is, yeah. One of the neighbour uphill is, but the neighbour down below, they just think she's like a parcel collecting service. And I've told her, I said, stop answering the door for anybody. I said, anybody coming here for you has a key. I said, if anybody ever knocks on the door, just ignore it.
Have you thought of getting one of them ring doorbells?
No, she'd only cock it up somehow. But yeah, I tell her you don't answer the door to anybody because all the people who go round that need to go round have a key. We don't need to knock. So if it's somebody knocking on the door, they're either selling something or else it's postman asking you to accept a parcel for next door. I said, so just ignore the door if it knocks.
Neither one and any relevance.
Yeah, just ignore it. I tell her that all the time. And when people ringing up, I said, if you can't see their name on screen, just ignore it.
Yeah.
Don't answer. You know what I mean? Because it's nobody important. I said, if you can't see it's one of our names, just ignore it.
Anthony says, I'm just watching a black screen, or is that... No, I think there's something wrong somewhere, Anthony.
Yeah, the screens aren't blank here. Everybody else can see us.
But yeah, it tends to be the foreign delivery drivers. And there's been several times that we've actually been in and they've not even bothered knocking on the door to see if anybody's in. Because you see, I always put a note, if nobody's in, can you hide it behind the wheelie bins? Because ours like in what I call a little shelter. So there's like 3 bins all close together, so they can just either drop it in the bin or at the side of one of the bins. But this particular day we was in, nobody knocked, and then I got a thing saying your parcel has been delivered. But you know when it's been delivered because they let you know it's been delivered.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it all depends who you get.
So we never have any bother really with parcels. Never have any bother. I mean, she's not so bad because she knows the Royal Mail person, so they're all right.
It's okay. Stop it. He's going to have that water over.
But better luck next time.
But yeah, you know what I mean? It all depends who. And if it's a driver that's been here before, they know the routine, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, you do need internet for a ring doorbell. See, I've thought about putting a security camera up, but I thought, what the hell's the point? I've thought about putting a up. I've seen that Christmas tree before.
I'll just show it you, Richard.
I thought about putting a security camera up at front of her house, but because so I can keep an eye on who's coming and going. But thought better have it in end, because you can get security cameras. I mean, I've got one here that doesn't need internet, and yet I can watch it off my phone anywhere in the world, and it doesn't require internet. But you have to pay a subscription for it.
Yeah, I think most of them that Chris has got, you have to pay a small amount each month.
Yeah, if you want to.
There's been a big hoo-ha about this there's been MPs going involved and everything. And it's showing you a picture, I'm not kidding you, and it were, I don't know whether it were down a country lane or Warwick way, and there were stacks piled high at side of the road where they just offloaded them and left them outside at road.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They've always been bad about it. I mean, there used to be Hermes, and they were really awful when they were Hermes.
But yeah, there's a big hoo-ha about it with MPs going involved now, and the response from every is, while we do everything we can to ensure that deliveries are run smooth and blah blah blah, load of bullshit.
I have a wireless door cam, no internet needed. How does that work, Stuart? How can you view it off your phone anywhere?
Has she got one of them little pop-up, what I call pop holes?
Well, a door has you can see through a door. It has a bullseye in the middle of glass with a bullseye on. A wireless door cam, no internet needed. So it's only wireless inside the house, Stuart. You can't be like other side of the world and view it off your phone, can you? Obviously. Or has it got
I mean, she ain't got central heating, let alone internet, Tommy.
No. We have offered to put central heating in, but she don't want it.
You see, with this, what Chris has got, you can look at it on any device.
Yeah, because it's connected to the wireless in the house.
Hi, Joelle.
Hello, Joelle. How are we doing?
It's got it on, obviously, because we've got multiple cameras. It's got like a tablet.
Yeah.
And it's got like the different. I'm gonna sneeze.
You see, most home security cameras connect. Well, I do. Well, I do what? I don't know what. You see, Stuart, you can't view it on your phone when you're miles away unless you're paying a subscription and it's got a SIM card in it. I don't mean memory card. I mean SIM card.
Yeah.
So it's connected to a mobile network.
Yeah.
Which costs you about $1 a year.
You see, that's on Anthony. On's got a. I don't know.
Yeah, nobody's getting my point here. Everybody's on about memory card. Yeah. No, I'm on about being able to. I'm on about you've no internet at home. You put a camera up, and you can be in Australia and view that camera. How do you do that?
No phone or internet needed.
Right. Yeah, but Stuart, you're still not grasping me here. Can you view that anywhere in the world, or just when you're at home? Just what I'm trying to get.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
I'm not on about. All my cameras here are connected to my house Wi-Fi. So
yeah, so is ours. Yeah.
Apart from one, I have one camera that's independent that I can take anywhere. I can put it anywhere, and it'll send it to my phone. But I pay £100 a year for that.
But yeah, we've
not answering the question. How can you view that camera off your phone anywhere? That's what I mean.
I think
just at home. See, now that's different. So obviously I get that now. I get it. Yeah. So obviously it's within the realms when you're nearby them. Yeah. Now that's explained as that.
But you see, with ours is same as say Chris has got it on a tablet. Now he could go, I don't know, wherever, and he can still see.
Yeah, but that's because yours are connected to your house Wi-Fi again.
Yeah.
That's not the issue. I'm on about a camera that you can just say, if I took that camera down, I've got outside, I can put it in the middle of a field 1,000,000 miles away, and I can view it on my phone.
Yeah.
Because it has its own, it has a SIM card in it, and it's connected to the mobile network all the time.
But that's it. I mean, you need something. Same as you said, you go out a lot. Now, the problem is, I mean, they'd be hard pressed to find your place
Yeah.
in first place. But it gives you that peace of mind knowing that you can view the arts, the outside, and know that wherever you are, you know what's going off at home.
Yeah. Yeah, all mine are connected. All my cameras are connected to my recorder under the telly, but I have this one. Well, I have three actually. Three of them are connected wirelessly to my router, but there's one out on its own that runs independently. So if I had a power cut here, I could still view it on my phone.
Yeah.
You could switch the power off, switch the router, and still view it. And you look on the phone, and you see the rest of them. It says Wi-Fi for those. It says Wi-Fi, but you look at the top one. It says 4G.
Yeah.
It's connected to the
Just to
mobile
clarify,
network.
I meant that it's an alternative to a Ring doorbell. I think. Yeah. But yeah, you want something. I mean, God forbid Chris, he'd be away somewhere or is in hospital. He could view our security cameras just to make sure. You see, because we've got one pointing towards car park, so everybody's got peace of mind that the cars is being monitored. Not monitored, but you know what I mean. And we've got another one there. We've even got one round back and all. For the fact that on our bikes, there's what you might call a ginnel, and it's like a footpath with panels either side, and it's kind of a blind spot. So somebody could open our gate and come down our steps before you know it, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So we have actually got one up back as well, but we've also got one of them lights that come on if the motion detecting lights.
Yeah.
So first, thing is the light have come on, but there again, the cat set them off. You know what I mean? When cats is coming and going, that sets the light, the motion censored lights off. But then you've got a camera out there so we can just double check that there ain't nobody coming down through our back gates.
See, if you can see, Stuart says you can see them from anywhere. So the cameras must have a SIM card in, and they must be connected to the mobile network. If you've not got internet at home, they must be connected through the mobile network.
Oh no, I forgot about that, Tracy. We're getting all what's it, and I still ain't. It's only shortened this week anyway.
So
Tracy just reminded me we get carried away with security cameras and
they must have SIM cards in them to connect to the network. If they're not connected to the internet at all, they must have SIM cards built into them, and they'll be connected, somehow. But
thank you for reminding me, Tracy. Right. Without further ado, I'll get on to this story. It is only a short one this week, and it's the Three Little Pigs.
Oink.
So I'll be huffing and puffing. Once upon a time, there lived three little pigs.
Oink, oink.
One day, they went to build houses of their own. The first little pig built his house of straw. The second pig built his out of sticks. And the third little pig built his house with bricks, because he thought that it would make his house strong. The next day, the big bad wolf went to the house of straw. Little pig, let me come in, he snarled. Not by the hair on my chinny chin chin. I will not let you in, cried the first little pig. Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house down, growled the big bad wolf. So he huffed and he puffed and he blew the house down. First little pig ran to the house made of sticks.
Did it finish 2 now? Dad?
The big bad wolf followed the little pig to the house made of sticks.
Did it finish 2 now? Yeah.
Little pig, let me come in, he snarled. Not by the hair on my chinny chin chin. I will not let you in, cried the second little pig. Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house down, growled the big bad wolf. So he huffed and he puffed and he blew the house down. The 2 little pigs ran to the house made of bricks. The big bad wolf followed the little pigs to the house made of bricks. Little pig, let me come in, he snarled. Not by the hair of my chinny chin chin. I will not let you in, cried the third little pig. Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house down, growled the big bad wolf. He huffed and he puffed, but he could not blow it down. So he climbed down the chimney. But the third little pig had been cooking a big pot of stew, and splash! The wolf fell right into the pot. He jumped out of the pot and ran out of the house. He never came back again. The 3 little pigs lived happily ever after in a house made of bricks. The end.
Oh dear, that was short and sweet. Hellfire.
Well, you were
I thought you
complaining.
were going to say that they all ran out of the house and he ate the buggers.
That ended a bit briefly.
Yes, Tommy, you could do. You could connect to ring the doorbell to a mobile phone for the IP address, yeah. And then access it, yeah. You could do that. It's a bit of a dragonian way of doing it, but you could do it.
I have got one, Anthony. I've got the Elves and the Shoemakers. That's Christmas.
Where's my new tablets?
Fell down here.
But
yeah, I mean, everybody were moaning that last week's were long.
Long? Flipping heck. Long?
So
Like you were
I
reading
thought,
bloody phone. Like you're reading bloody phone book to us.
Then they had bacon sandwiches. But yeah, I thought, well, I'll just do a short one this week because everybody were moaning last week that it were a long one.
That's what she said.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've got the Elves and the Shoemaker for Christmas.
The Elves, what you make Christmas Day?
No, next Friday.
Oh, Christmas Eve.
It's not Christmas Eve next Friday.
Is it not? Oh my God. I don't know then.
But anyway, there you
Got my
go.
Nintendo Wii to work, Richard.
So again?
My Nintendo Wii to work.
That one they bought for 20 quid from Sally
All
Army.
right, it's working all right.
Yeah, is that to buy a motion bar or something?
Sensor bar.
Oh.
That's why it weren't working, because I didn't have sensor bar. I'm getting a couple of wrestling games on it. My old wrestling games I used to play when I was a kid.
It's going to sex.
Sex. I think I need an SD card as well to save the game. I'll have to get that at some point and all.
But yeah, it's called CEX.
No, it's not sex.
Yes, it was you that. Yeah, and I looked at it and I thought, yeah, that'll be all right. So that's Bria's suggestion: the Elves and the Shoemaker. But I mean, the 3 Little Pigs is a classic one, and I thought, well, it's short, it's to the point, and it's a classic.
Why has it got writing on this?
I don't know.
5, 6.
Well, you see, where it were, Anthony, down road where our local Asda is, they've got a Salvation Army charity shop. So he always goes in there and he gets cheap DVDs and whatever. So he says, I wonder if they've got any games consoles. Anyway, he goes in last week and they've got this Nintendo Wii. But it got no controller with it, no nothing.
I'll have to buy everything.
They've got four games with it, but they're all fitness.
And 3 of them don't work.
And 3 of them don't work. But anyway, but he's got it working.
We paid under 50 quid for a new Nintendo Wii, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's bought a control. Well, it's a box and it's got two controllers in actually, and basically he had to get this sound. What I don't
Sensor
know.
bar.
Sense. I don't know. Do I?
It's where you can get
Yeah,
your controller to work.
Yeah, a sensor bar. You know where because they work on motion and whatever. That is that to buy this special bar thing.
And I've got some big games for Christmas. I've got Claire.
You're not supposed to know.
How was it Christmas? Well,
don't tell everybody. You tell everybody after Christmas.
Correct, Tommy. Yeah, hotspot. Yeah, that'd work. But you still have to pay for some sort of data plan of some description. You know what I mean?
Right, Mrs. That time of the
Yeah,
evening.
mine's the same as what Stuart pays. I've just looked at that advert for Amazon, and them are £99 a year. They are for the subscription. Well, that's what I pay for my camera, £99 a year. It does have a memory card in it as well as a SIM card, but it does record direct to some bloody cloud thing as well.
Yeah.
But
yeah, we used to play Wii Sports because a friend of ours used to have a Wii many years ago, and we used to love that when Wii Sports.
Yeah, I used to love the tennis, mate.
He's just said bowling and tennis. He used to play hours and hours at a time. But yeah, I think that's one of the games that Callum's going to get, the Wii Sports, because it came with steering wheel and tennis racket bit thing, and
yeah, but it's half of it. Half of it don't bloody work.
Well,
let's
just keep adding bits to it. You know what I mean?
I don't know what comes. I don't know what bits yet.
But
I just find it charged, so I thought, oh, I'll get it. Every time I see game console for that cheap, I'm
yeah, we used to have one of them boards for our Wii. One of them boards so you could ski and you had to lean forward on the board.
Yeah, it's the stuff.
That's what?
I said
balance board. That's it. You had to lean forward when you were doing the skiing game.
But yeah, I mean, obviously Tracy Callum's not into dance stuff, but yeah, he wouldn't mind the Wii Sports.
Be like Michael Jackson, the moonwalk.
I can remember that game when it first came out. That Michael Jackson
Michael Jackson the Experience.
I remember that because I got the job of delivering it to all the game stores, and I couldn't stop. You weren't allowed to stop anywhere or do anything. I were out. From about 8 in the morning till about bloody midnight. I weren't delivering.
It means when they were
Michael Jackson just danced to all these game shops because idiots go and queue up at midnight to buy. I mean, what the friggin' hell's all that about?
Yeah. It's steering wheel. It says it's for racing games.
Oh, I've got steering wheel.
I know you have because you've just put your
that's like Mario
controller in middle, don't you? That's like steering wheel.
Mario Kart Wii. That's Mario Kart. That is.
But yeah, I mean, for £20 you can't grumble. I mean, at least it works. You know what I mean?
And I'm getting some games for it.
Best driving games: Gran Turismo on PlayStation 5. You can't beat it. That is top notch.
These games are expensive.
It's an expensive hobby.
Yeah, we bought him 3 for Christmas, and yeah. You know, you're talking about nearly £60 a pop.
Yeah. That Gran Turismo I got a few months back, I think that was $59.99, and that was just the day. I mean, I don't get the discs. I just do the download.
Oh yeah.
I'll be bothered with discs everywhere.
It's Karate Kid. I didn't say which one to say.
But anyway, yeah, yeah. Callum's like this. You know, we were a diehard Xbox person, but he's.
I moved to PlayStation.
Yeah, best thing he says. Best thing he ever did going over to PlayStation.
Yeah, the advantage of a ring camera, you can answer. Well, yeah, you can do that with more security cameras. To be honest with you, Tommy, I can shout through my security cameras.
What?
I was just saying, Xbox
some of them anyway.
Prices now.
Somebody ever came into my area, I could say, "Oh, what are you doing, you bum?" You know what I mean?
But yeah, as same as Richard says, most of the, I mean, like our CCTV cameras, you can be anywhere and you see, because it notifies you if there's like like it'll say motion in your car park, motion at your front door. You know what I mean? But if you're not in, you can say, "Oh, I'm on toilet or I'm indisposed at the moment. Can you just drop it wherever?" You know.
Yeah. But it's all through and
Yeah,
everything.
you can do that with the CCTV cameras, Tommy. You don't have to be at home, but it makes them think that you're at home, if you know
Yeah.
what I mean.
Yeah. Well, mine are just permanently recording, so I can, if I go back to my replay on my thing,
Yeah,
you can go back and a green line comes up. It says if there's
yeah,
been humans moving, you get like
yeah,
a green
yeah.
block.
It's exactly the same as on, Richard. You can go back to a certain, because
But
let's say Amazon deliver a parcel. It always gives you the time that parcel was delivered. So
yeah,
all you've got to do is go back on the CCTV to that exact time to see whether or not, they tried knocking on the door or whatever, you know what I mean?
but
That's our
my
Callum
my
answer.
burglar alarm, that's totally wireless as well. There's no wires at all on my burglar alarm. That's totally wireless. I just switch it on, activate it on and off.
There's a load to the man that came
Oh,
in
there you go.
behind.
It says
Hello, Anthony. It's
night.
Mingo.
It's in night mode now.
Yeah.
That's
You can get as
totally
well.
wireless.
Yeah, you can get these CCTV cameras that you can have it in night mode, or you can actually get it where if it detects motion, it goes into colour as well.
Yeah, most do nowadays. The days of black and white night mode's long gone. All mine are colour, full colour all the time. If you walk near mine, they come on and light up, and they're in full colour all the time, 24/7. But the ones that go to my recorder are powered by the mains, whereas the other ones, they're all powered by
Yeah,
solar, so they
yeah,
don't even use electric. They've got
yeah.
solar panels on them.
It's a good thing to have, Richard. I mean, yeah,
I have
you'd
too
be
many,
hard pressed
really.
to find your gaff, but
I've got too many. I've got seven cameras up and the burglar alarm.
it's just peace of mind knowing that you're covered, if you know what I mean. And it's same with us. You know what I mean? There's especially where we live, there's not a lot of crime, but it's always nice to have that reassurance that the car park's covered and that your property's covered. So,
I
but
just looked at mine now, and they're fully charged, and they run off solar.
yeah,
They just run off the light during the day. They get powered off the solar panels, and they don't even cost electric. Not that I pay the electric bill anyway.
yeah. I mean, I would highly recommend anybody getting security cameras because it gives you that peace of mind knowing, and let's say somebody tries breaking into your house but are not successful, you can then hand that footage to the police, and if they're looking at camera, they bang to rights, you know what I mean?
Yeah. That one I got off Amazon, the one that connects to the mobile phone network, which would be ideal for you, whoever it were, just said, yeah, so you don't need internet, Tommy, but that's the actual camera's only about 40 quid, but you'd have to pay £100 a year to have it connected to the mobile network, which is still cheap. Because you can't get a data plan on a mobile phone for £100 a year. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's the best way to do it.
You
Unless you're streaming via indoor on camera at 7 o'clock in the morning and showing all your morning glory.
Yeah, Richard.
That for you, Tommy, would be ideal. It's just a case of whether you'd want to pay £100 a year subscription. I know you're a bit thrifty, so trying to get a one off.
Not even pay 99p for a bloody membership.
But I think £100 worth every penny. That because
it's that peace of mind, though, isn't it?
It's not that. It's just the fact that you know that no matter what happens with the electric in your house, you've got one camera that's active all the time.
Yeah.
And it's solar, so it doesn't need mains power. It's just totally independent. I could pick that camera up and put it in the middle of a field. Because it'd be nice if I could screw it onto a bridge at the side of a railway track and then I could stay at home.
If only.
Yeah.
Anyway, on that note, guys, I'm going to call it a night. Sorry for the delay and the early start and whatnot, but anyway, well, you win some, you lose some, Callum. Anyway, so go on, Richard.
If they'd have known the score, they'd have probably let you come on at 9 o'clock. Even though we're going to get hammered.
So I'll see you all again 9 o'clock tomorrow evening.
Okie dokie. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
See you tomorrow.
Bye.
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 Bye, guys.
Everybody, yes, it's Callum from Welcome to the video.
Richard. So don't encourage him.
Please, Richard.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Hello, everybody again, but bye again.
I've had a whiskey, Richard. I'm drunkard.
What, off one whiskey? Jesus Christ.
One whiskey.
Yeah. Oh God. I ain't even ended it and I put by everyone and it not let me send it.
That's YouTube for you.
Hi, everybody. Hello, everybody.